She's here. Good shit.
Boom.
What's up, Kim?
Oh,
Hey.
she made it. She made
What's up?
it.
Yay, I'm sorry.
I was supposed to call her.
All right.
I found it right before we went live.
Very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and go live, if that's okay with you, Kim. I know you're here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Once we
shit.
go live, we haven't really started playing yet. We're kind of like just gonna
Okay.
talk about stuff for a bit and enjoy being together for a while, kind of getting the feel
Okay.
for the group, and then we'll kick it off.
Okay. I'm like finishing making dinner, so that's fine.
Okay, no sweat. And it's no big deal because we're pretty much just fielding questions still, and we'll get into it.
All right, sounds good.
All right, going live. I'm gonna call this the Pogo the Pogo DnD crossover of the century. I'm just kidding.
I feel
D&D
crossed over.
Session 0. I'll just call it the Pogo D&D. Easy clap.
Are you Before Dawn fan on Twitter?
Yes.
Cool.
Dungeons.
Because, you know, Before Dawn fan is a
Live.
vampy.
True. Yeah, no, I like that. I was like,
Oh, that's funny.
That's a great
I get
pun.
it. Are you PvP poke or do you have a personal, Matt?
You can take me at PV Poke. I do have a personal to at Matthew_Luco. I can throw that in the chat, but
I like that one.
Oh, got it. LUCKOW.
yeah.
God bless Twitter
This one.
for being super creepy.
Right.
This
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Have you
I
guys
strive
seen
for Twitter
his,
creepy.
have you guys seen his art? Holy crap!
Oh,
gorgeous.
thank you.
And seems like it would go very well with D&D. It's all magical and mystical. It's beautiful.
Maybe I'll make some cosmic horror
Heck
fan
yeah.
art of our Pogo
Let's go.
crossover
Do it.
campaign.
As long as you draw a bow with a
That Guna Matata's Matt. He's the one that does the PD Poke website that I use like all the time.
that we all use all the time.
Yeah,
That
where
anyone
we're
that
actually
PvP
convinced that he's
fiercely
building
actually knows who he
Skynet.
is.
We were simming out battles last night, and Haddock was playing the same match over and over to see if it would do it differently, and it started calling him on things. And I'm like, "Yep, Skynet says thanks for your battles, bud." I was like, "This thing's about ready. This thing's about ready to go live."
How's it going, everybody? I don't know why. For some reason, when I do these Discord calls, my camera is just mondo screwed. It's weird. It's like this very weird drop frame thing, but whatever. I'll just deal with it. I
feel
can't
bad
figure out what to do with it.
one without one, but oh well.
It's fine.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Oh,
cool.
what did Rob say?
I literally don't care. Like, if you wanted to use your cam, awesome. I highly encourage it. If you don't want to do it, then that's your prerogative. I'm not gonna force
All
it.
right, sounds good. Maybe
Raps.
someday.
Good morning, I think. Yes, that's correct. Kai comment is morning for me.
Yeah, what time is it there?
10 o'clock in the
I was-
morning.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking that the other.
It's a time that happens to be on the clock.
Nice.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right. So let's kick this off with questions. We'll start with Arrow
Why are we starting with Arrow?
because you had questions earlier about the background stuff.
You
And
didn't
you
get
gotta,
first
like,
alphabetically.
character or-
Yeah.
Arrow
I'm
sounds
good.
wrecked.
I'm good now.
Good.
We that was the only question I had.
Okay. Dawn, do you have anything?
So if this is like really open world, does that mean if I shoot someone in the eye, like, can I just kill them immediately or something like that?
I will give you the answer from your science class. Any action has an equal and opposite reaction. In my
Oh
world.
God, you can try.
And my
Well,
character.
like if
You
we
can
are in
certainly
combat,
try.
Can I purposely aim like my arrows like at like the heart region or like at the crotch region or at the eyes and that deals like
Yeah,
extra
girl.
damage?
You'll have to try and find out.
Mad inspiration if you hit him in the crotch.
You can.
Instant OTK.
Again, if you have these super specific questions, like super tight, like situational things that you want to go do, I will answer them in the moment.
can I make my pet tiger attack arrow?
What?
Why?
Oh yeah.
Just
What's your
You
what's
wanna
your
kill your only ally in this world? Sure.
What's-
Oh, is he my ally? Oh, okay. All right.
what's your
Why
viewpoint
would
on?
we are in the same.
We're pals,
This is
Aaron.
not this is not a PvP system.
Pals, Aaron.
If I were to describe what D&D is to somebody or some peoples that have never played before, it is improv theater and playing pretend for adults with rules.
I'm here for.
With rules.
Improv theater. It's basically playing a board game with no board. You make up the board.
Oh yeah, what's your viewpoint on player agency? And like doing stuff to other players? Is that the consent, or you're just down for it?
My main rule on player agency is when it regards player to player,
Yeah.
it's up to those two to decide. I'm not adjudicating if they want to run an insight check or a deception check, they can do it. I personally think if a player is talking with another player in character, their agency is separate, right? So as a player, they're interpreting how their characters in the same situation would interact with the other. But with regards to a realm of failure, then that's when the dice come in play.
Yeah.
To me. So if you think your character would call that player on their bullshit, I or the players would agree that they're like, I don't think I have to roll for this. I'm not adjudicating that because it's not something that you should have a chance to perceive something that's unique to the situation. I might ask you to run some sort of insight check or perception check or some kind of dice roll for a percentile of failure/success in a situation that what you're looking for pertains to the macro story of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, I don't know. You know that website where we put all that stuff? Where?
D&D
where-
Beyond.
Okay.
DnDBEYOND.
I have a good. You know what? I have a really good
Actually,
song. I'm
do
gonna
have a
send you for
question.
that.
I do have a
Cute
question,
thing.
Rob.
Okay. Looks like I'm already signed in. Okay.
Perfect.
Wait, no, I'm not.
All right, let's do you have any more questions, Dawn?
I have one,
Okay, Arrow.
and it's more of like your DM style. Do you prefer to ask us for our passives, or would you rather have them already?
I've got them. I got your character
Okay.
sheets open at all times.
Go go.
Okay, cool.
I usually actually make a spreadsheet where it's like all of the skills, all of the passives, all the armor classes, and then it goes across for all the characters, and then I put like a little green frame for everyone's proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a pain in the ass to keep maintaining every time people level up, so I don't usually use it all the time. It's probably just faster for me to ask in a moment, so I've used a little bit of both.
Yeah, I gotta get this
Because
cat.
I'm a crazy spreadsheet guy.
No, I've never seen one of your spreadsheets before, Rob.
If you haven't watched my stream for more than 14 days and haven't seen a spreadsheet, I've done something wrong.
Definitely
Matt,
not when
any
you're
questions
making your
from your
Ultra
friend?
League Pokemon, or your Unite
Yeah.
stuff, or
I definitely understand the spreadsheet love for sure.
Matt,
In
do you
the
have any
Matt
questions or anything you need to
knows
lock
about
down?
a spreadsheet? What?
Matt would
Oh,
never
sorry.
keep data on stuff.
Sorry, what'd you say, Rob?
Do you have any questions for me or anything that you want to kind of pitch before we
How the
start?
heck are we gonna say before Dawn's bloodlust? Apparent bloodlust.
Wait,
We were talking about stabbing people in the crotch with arrows. I'm just
Yeah, how are we going to maintain
not
this
not
bloodlust?
arrow, but arrows.
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
Anyway,
Stabbing arrow was also on the docket.
I'm the Venusaur that stays behind and I shoot sword beams. I'm
the
helping.
worst.
I think you
Bane of
guys
my
will get a feel
existence.
for what the world and how the game's going to be run in this particular story very early on. We'll put it that way. To kind of answer your question without really answering it.
well, we're gonna have to see.
Dragon Wagon, do you want us to refer to you just as your character name, or like if I'm referring to you as a player, just call you Fragon, that's fine.
You can use either. I'm fine with it. You can call me Mango.
Mango?
Dragon,
Okay.
Dragon Silk won't be upset at all. It's fine. I
Cool,
did. I
awesome.
definitely
It
didn't.
doesn't
Yeah, I
exist
definitely
anyways.
didn't care. Yeah.
All right, any questions? Kim or Fragenwagen?
I don't think so. I think I have all my equipment, and that was the last piece. And I equipped my
I
armor,
have-
so technically I have high 13 AC now, guys. It's low.
Okay.
I have no idea how this game works or any of that. I've never watched it or played it, so let's get started. Like, I don't know. We're good. I don't
Okay,
have
I'm
any
just
questions.
gonna double check your character sheet then, if that's the case. All right, you
Okay.
are also Matt. How do I pronounce your name? Is it Gwen?
Yes, Gwyn, as in penguin. But it's
Okay,
Gwyneth-
I wasn't
Gwyneth
sure if I wanted to
Paltrow?
Oh,
call him
God, you
if
did
it was
not
Win
name-
with a silent G, like you're
the,
winning, or if it
Gwen's
was Win,
JC.
like I'm the G unit that always wins. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or
I'd
just
like
Gwyn.
to cast a second level chromatic orb face directly at Gwyn for Penguin.
Excellent. Kim, your character's pronounced Akaya. Is that correct, or is it Akaya? Akaya.
Akaya.
Akaya. Okay, cool. Let's go through Kim. I think we got the Outlander background stuff locked down, but maybe not equipment. No, we did equipment. Cool. So Kim is actually all set.
Sick.
Cool. All right. Okay. The one thing before we get started, I always like to say this: when we're playing D&D,
Oh, kitty.
especially for new players and even veterans returning at my table, I love it when players are very much about two things. One, yes anding decisions rather than shutting them down. This is improv. This is like improvisation style theater. So the more things you can say yes to, or even a yes but instead of a yes and, I'm down for, because that keeps the story going. It keeps things from screeching to a halt, even if you're not really buying in as a character or as a player. I like to keep things moving and maybe entertaining ideas. And the main reason for that is that it doesn't matter if we spend 2 hours planning to go in a specific way, in a specific manner, to go and encounter a specific creature. At the end of the day, everyone at the table is going to have to roll dice, and you're probably still going to fail anyways, or you're probably still going to succeed if it's some crazy fucking stupid idea, because dice are in play and chance is there. So don't worry too much about the method. Sometimes the method doesn't really matter. Other times the method is intensely important to your characters, and so you play that out. And I'm down for that, but you have to make sure that you're not walling off other people from being able to progress in the game because you just like don't want to go somewhere. So just keep that in mind. Second thing, when we're playing D&D, it's very easy to get into a mentality that your character it's you, and also that your character is very, very cool, and you want to do cool stuff with your character. It's very natural. The problem at the table for me historically, both as a player and as a character, and as a dungeon master, is players that really struggle with celebrating other characters that are not their own. Doing whatever you can to celebrate somebody else at the table is intensely important for the game to be very cool. Sometimes you take the limelight, and sometimes you hand up the mic to someone else. And it's great. And that's why I encourage a lot of people to play character classes like wizards and bards, where their whole motif is not being the cool person at the table. It's setting up someone else to do something awesome. And you can participate in someone else's awesomeness by giving them a leg up. And anytime that you want to do something in the game where you're giving another player a leg up, traditionally, I will be a part of that decision as much as possible, even if the rules don't allow it. Because I like you guys to team up and do cool shit together, not doing cool shit by yourself. That's it.
Love it.
Okay? If you ever wonder what you can do in this game, for my two newbies, you can ask me. You can ask the people that have played before. And sometimes the answer is, I don't know. But the more easy answer is if you go to your character sheet and like, you can click almost anything and get a menu and get something to read. So if you have a question, maybe before you field it, click something on the character sheet and
I'm
see
like-
if there's something there.
I'm like signed into that website, but I don't know where my character sheet is.
Okay, the top right of the screen should have your username, and then you mouse over it, it'll say profile, account,
It
campaigns,
doesn't.
characters.
I went to D&D Beyond, and then it says like marketplace, and there's like a shop, there's like a little search bar, and then I click and it says collections, game rules, sources, tools, marketplace, media forums, new player guide, subscribe, sign out.
Oh.
Is there an icon?
Did you say collection?
Yeah. Is that it?
Go. Yeah.
Oh, my
Hover under
character.
collection
My
and then my
characters.
characters. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got it. Cool. Thank you.
You find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Akaya. Yep.
Cool beans.
Team wins.
For like, if we get into any sort of situation where you're very curious as to like stuff that you can do, there's also, I'll explain this maybe a bit more when we get to it, but in combat specifically, when we're fighting something or you're fighting something, there are there are 4 things. There are 4 elements to combat: action, bonus action, movement, and reaction. Okay? So what you want to do on your turn, 3 of those elements are in play. You take an action, you do something. Something that might be a chance that you can do on your turn that is very fast that you can do at the same time is called a bonus action. Those are a much more limited scope of things that you can do. You can do an action and a bonus action, okay? And last, you can always move. It is separate from your action, completely separate. You always can move unless there's some sort of extraneous circumstance that have locked you down, like maybe somebody's like throwing you to the ground or somebody's grappled you and holds you tight so you can't move, something like that. And your reaction, this is typically something you can do on someone else's turn. So occasionally you can do it on your turn too. In general, reaction is something outside of your turn that you can say, hey, I want to stop that. Can I do something? All of the things that you can do with those things, action, reaction, and bonus action, are listed in your character sheet under actions. There's a little bubble that says attack, action, bonus action, reaction, other, and limited use. You can click each of those categories and see what they are. I want to draw your attention when you click action, it says actions in combat. This is the most overlooked feature by veterans and newbies alike. If you click actions in combat, each one of the words under there you can click and they will give you a different thing that you can do. Actions in combat are attack, cast a spell, dash, disengage, dodge, grapple, help, hide, improvise, ready, search, shove, and use an object. So if you have a question when you're in combat and you have no clue what to do, click that.
Where do you see the actions? I see like defenses, conditions, campaign, Pogo, DnD, saving throws, hit points, inspiration.
Right under your
senses.
armor. Right under your armor class. There'll be actions, spells, inventory, features, traits, description, notes, and extra. It's like the big box on the right.
I'm going to put it in our
Oh, I
Discord
found it.
call.
Okay, it's the little thing with the little boxes on the little circle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Abilities, save, senses, skills, inventory, actions. I found it. Cool. Thank you.
Okay, and then what I just described, I went ahead and did a quick screenshot in a circle for you, if you're wondering. You can click anything under that little circle box there. Okay. If there are no further questions, would you like to go on an adventure?
Yes.
Do I
Hell
still need my
yes.
equipment?
Did you do your equipment?
I'm not sure.
Let me check.
Does everybody? Yeah.
You
Does
have nothing
everybody
in your
have
inventory.
weapons?
Okay. So, for Dawn, in
Yeah.
your edit character menu,
Uh-huh.
go to equipment.
Yeah.
Does it say something there? Starting equipment, do you see that?
I think I'm at the right page. There's nothing I can pick, but it just says I have nothing at all.
Okay. Go to the edit menu on your character so that you can get to this screen.
Where's
We'll share
which
my screen for you.
edit?
Can you see my screen?
Hold on.
You need to get to this menu here.
Yeah, I think I am there.
Okay. Now, when you click this box, you will say choose equipment or gold. Choose equipment. And then you get this drop down.
Okay, so wait. So I think I'm like under manage, and it says like attuned magic items.
not on
when
this thingy.
I need to take. a
Okay,
closer
here.
look.
Let's go. You're probably in this character screen, right here. Okay, so when you're here, you click your character name, Hikari.
Mhm.
Then you get this menu and go to Edit Character.
On the what's next page, or
Can you see my screen?
yes?
So you go here, click this. This will give you a pop out. On the pop out, click Edit.
Wait, how do I get to that page again?
This is your character sheet. Are you on this page?
No, where do I find that?
Okay, this is under Collections, My Characters. You can click your character under there. So for example, under My Characters, I've got a bunch of them, but you have a View button and you have an
Okay.
Edit button. You can just go to Edit if you want. That'll also work.
Okay, yeah, I'm here now. Okay.
Why does Fragan have a life at a bar? Why doesn't he have a life at a bar?
What?
How did you change your pictures?
What? Why am I not?
I think you just
what?
click on the picture.
You can just upload. You can upload one.
I need to
Yeah,
see Matt Rod's channel.
I'm trying to click on it, but it won't. No worries.
If you click your character here, it'll have a change portrait button under here.
Okay, so I'm on this page now. Where do I go?
You're on the
Oh,
equipment
you're right.
page.
Got you.
Where's the equipment page?
See up here? You have all these tabs.
Oh yeah.
5 says equipment.
Wait. So that equipment tab doesn't look like what I have.
What does yours say?
Wait, I have to go back to. How do I transition from the character screen to that page?
Click your character icon, get the pop out, and go to edit. Is this the screen you're seeing?
Oh yeah, wait. Yes.
So go here.
Okay.
So click this.
Okay. So. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see that now. I see that now.
Okay.
Choose equipment or goal.
Yep. Choose equipment,
Okay.
and then you get a
Oh.
big drop down. So you can do 2 different simple weapons, or you can just get 2 short swords. You need to choose a Dungeoneer's pack or an Explorer's pack. If you click it, you'll see what's in them, and then you can just select the other one if you don't want that. And then you can choose leather or scale. For your character, you are a dexterity-based ranger. I would advise against taking scale mail. I would actually think the leather would be better. So that's an easy decision for you. Just select the leather. Chat, we're just locking down a couple more details and the adventure will begin.
Oh.
Gotta go, but you have fun, you fucking nerds. Okay, Dallin, just because you said we have to have fun.
It only gives me 20 arrows.
To start with, it's quite a bit.
Don't spend them all
And you
in one
always have a
place.
chance of getting them back.
You use all 20 of those arrows in one fight, we're doing something wrong.
Also, it is very video gamey to maintain how many arrows you have to keep track of and deleting an arrow every time you take an attack action. Fuck that. We're gonna be like, I'm not gonna make you min-max this shit. It's annoying. It's something that you like
Wait.
have way too much money at like the mid game, and there's no point in ever tracking this. And if the DM just really hates you, that's the only time when it's like, oh, you forgot to buy arrows last time you went into a town, so you're fucked now. Sorry, buddy. Your entire character's irrelevant because you forgot to buy arrows.
I forgot to buy everything, Rob. Sorry.
This is
Wait,
not
so
JRPG.
I think I may or may not be carrying 2 swords and a bow at the same time. Like, cause I clicked wielding on all 3 of them. So.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about that.
It's alright. You got a big
cool.
back.
So I have
If
3
you
arms
click
apparently.
wield in the menu, it doesn't show up on the attack actions, so you almost have to wield them just so you can see them that you have them. If that makes any
Alright.
sense at all. All right, are we all set there?
I think so.
I think you picked it
I
up pretty
don't
quick.
actually have inspiration right now, do I?
You do, because I told you you had it from earlier.
Okay, cool.
So, how do I stop streaming? There we go. Cool. All right, you guys ready?
Is that music from you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay.
He's giving
I was,
us
like,
all
looking for my
copyright
phone.
strikes.
No, this is all DMCA free. I have to keep saying that.
Just like at 30-minute intervals, right? This is DCMA free. Okay.
DCMA free.
Let's begin. Welcome to Faerun.
I like it.
There's a long road in the world of the Sword's Coast in the country of Faerun that runs north to south. From Miabar to Waterdeep, known simply as the Long Road. Waterdeep is the biggest city in Faerun and a central hub for all kinds of exciting groups of people, factions, and trade routes along the larger part of the Sword's Coast. As the camera pans down along the road leading north from Waterdeep, smack dab between a city named Mirabar and Waterdeep is a large crossroads trade town of about 2,500 people called Tribor. The town is neatly nestled in the Desserin Valley. Tribor is surrounded by rolling green hills that lead to a more rocky terrain. And the Sword Mountains and Neverwinter Wood are to the west, while the Desserin and Serban rivers to the east that lead to the dark Evermoors. For various reasons, this town has always been used as a meeting point for armies and militaries over the year when threats of the Sword's Coast appeared in the north. And this makes the town an ideal location for starting adventuring prospects that want to help out a large farming community with roadside escorts, any outside threats, or opportunities to get with it with those bigwigs on their way down to Waterdeep. For various reasons, this is where our story starts, with this adventuring group. All of you loading up into a smaller caravan to escort some horses being led east to a neighboring town called Yartar. Yartar is about 60 miles out to the east side of Tribor. So you're in for a relatively long journey, but from what you can tell, relatively safe, at least on the main roads. So tell me, each and every one of you, why does your character want to go on this adventure, earn coin or fame, and what brings you to Tribor to take on the escort task to Yartar with a few hires from Corin, the silver dragonborn horse breeder you're escorting?
Don't everyone speak at once now.
I'm looking for my brother.
Okay.
I need money to be able to buy the things I need to find him. My mother killed him, and I've been looking for him for a long time. She also killed my father. I know my brother. Yeah, no, my mother killed my father. I'm looking for my brother, who is still alive.
So you and your brother escaped your crazed mother.
I never
And-
knew him. I never knew him. I just
Okay.
knew of him. Yeah.
So your brother maybe ran away, your mother went crazy?
Yes.
Okay. And now you're looking for money to go hunt him down.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Let's go in reverse order to the right on my screen. So we're going to go to Fragan next. What brings you to Tribor?
I have committed a lot of horrendous acts in my life, and I'm just trying to do a little bit of good in the world to try and put me back in the black and erase some of the red from my ledger. So I'm just trying to see the good in people right now and help out where I can.
Matt, what brings Gwyn to Tribor?
Gwen also happens to be looking for his brother.
No way.
He's from crazy small world.
Oh my God.
Hopefully they're not the same brother. I don't think they're related.
Plot twist.
I'm from a remote Dwarven clan. We're seafaring folk, and he got lost at sea one day. So I'm kind of tired of the big city of Waterdeep, just looking for some opportunities in the towns outside.
Okay. Hikari, before dawn.
So I come from a well-off family that lives under the ocean. And because I do come from an affluent family, I've always had a lot of expectations on me. And the expectations aren't very realistic. And I've always been kind of a disappointment, like, not a failure, but my local community has always wanted me to do more. So I wanted to establish a reputation, establish a living in a community alien to my own. And I wear a mask because I feel some sort of shame of my identity from my home country, and I feel like I should establish a different identity to kind of develop a reputation different from my own, because I feel like my original identity isn't really worthwhile of this sort of reputation or this sort of expertise unless it is proven elsewise. It's kind of a facade against potential failure.
So you've created a second personality out of need rather than want in this case. Or at least perceived need, right?
It's a contingency against shame,
Sure.
if that makes sense.
It's almost like a defense mechanism, right?
Yes. Because if I fail, that's the other person. It wasn't me.
Right, exactly. Makes sense. Okay. And that is bringing you to Tribor, is this secondary identity. What brings you to the caravan? Why are you taking this job?
Because I've been raised on martial ability, and for that reason, I can sell my service as a sellsword. Because it's what I've been trained for since childhood, and it's the only thing I'm really good at. So that's the only thing I really can sell.
Okay. All right. Let's see, Mr. Bovine himself. Or did you change your name again?
No, I haven't changed my name. Why would I do that?
Bovim. Sorry,
Bovim.
not Bovine. Bovim.
Why would I do that?
Raise a Minotaur on the cities of the streets of Waterdeep all the way up to Tribor.
I recently lost someone near and dear to me, and I feel like I need to get away from Waterdeep. Am I correct?
That's right.
So I figured the best way to do it was take this job and go on an adventure in the process.
Sounds good.
Are you also searching for a brother?
Also searching for your brother too?
All three are the same.
I
brother.
ate my brother. I
That's what we're
ate
gonna
my
call this
brother in the
group, is the
womb.
brotherless.
Actually, sorry guys.
Whoa. Maybe you are my brother.
If
Yeah,
your
we
brother's
are.
a Minotaur, I don't think so.
All right.
Maybe just Matt's.
All right, so you guys are loading up a kind of a small caravan. This is a little bit different than a normal caravan. It's, man, my camera is going wild. 1 second. We can reset this thing. All right, there we go. Your caravan is a little bit of a different flair. Corin is what we would call a silver dragonborn. He looks like a human mixed with dragon. He's got silver scales. He's very strong. Corin owns the kind of one of the partnered breeding shops in Tribor. And he's going on a trip of actually charity. So he's going on a donation. He's hiring you because he's very well off in Tribor with his breeding business. And he's going to donate some ponies and some draft horses all the way over to a city called Yartar that I just introduced. Because Yartar's been falling on hard times, he wanted to go do something nice for them. They used to be competitive cities, actually. Highly competitive. And Yartar actually used to be well above and well more off than Tribor did. Intensely competitive mercantile cities. But because of this recent hard times, they're taking on these horses over there to see if they can kind of just help out with what he's good at. So he's trying to donate these horses. The caravan is mostly like hitched up horses and maybe 1 or 2 wagons that are small enough to hold supplies to pair with the horses, like feed and maybe just like some wagon tools and stuff from the wagoner in town. and then enough room for you guys to kind of help as sellswords to just be a roadside escort. So, well, everybody, my name's Corin. You ready to go?
Are we working for Corin?
I am. Gory.
I'm ready, Corin. About ready to get out of this old town. Heard it's much better over in Yartar, or at least it was in older days.
And we'll find out just how bad off they are. I haven't been out of this town in years.
I'm just passing through and happy to be on my way. I'm glad you guys are ready.
Hikari responds non-verbally. Just a
Now, I
curt
just want to be
nod.
clear. I don't have any prejudice against Minotaurs. I'm not going to be asking you to pull this cart, mister.
Minotaur.
You may look like a bull, but you're wearing robes. I can see that. I'm not all dense in this big old brain of mine. You're muted, Arrow.
Arrow.
They're nice robes.
Yes, they are quite nice. And I doubt my cattle could read a book as well as you could.
My dad was a librarian.
Oh, really? I hear there's a library in Yartar. Maybe you can go find some new books there.
I've never
I
read.
can't even read.
Are you sure we aren't looking for the same brother?
All right. So let's just go around the table. When you guys are maybe putting your bags into the back of a caravan, what do they see? What do you look like? Let's start with Mango.
You will see a humanoid figure, tall, tan skin. When I turn from putting something in, turn around, my face is rather like nondescript, but my eyes are sunken in. They look very sleepless, and they're teal. My clothes are worn, but they're really well made, and everything else about me is just very nondescript and made to be forgettable.
Okay. Let's go. I'm going to skip over to Arrow this time. What does Bovim look like?
In terms of Minotaur, you do not see what you typically think when it comes to Minotaur. Big, brawly. He's kind of like the scrawny Minotaur. You can tell he's lived in a library his whole life. He's got glasses on. He's got a little bow tie. But he does have a nice robe. But he's about 6'4". He's still got a little height on him, but he's really short for a Minotaur.
Mostly in the horns, right?
Yes, all in the horns. All in the horns. He's really about 5'10", but he's got 6 inches of horn.
Now, is Bovim more of a black furred Minotaur? Is he like tan, or is he like white? What kind of color?
He has a gray coat.
He's a gray coated. Okay, cool. Very cool. All right, let's go back to Kim. What does Akaya look like? I'm still learning your name. Sorry.
No worries. It takes people a while. I'm an elf, but I'm a lot shorter. Like Arrow, but when he's short, I mean I'm really short. I'm like about 5 foot even, maybe a little shorter. I've made my own clothes, but I'm pretty good at it. So we're holding together nicely. And I cut my own hair, so I mean I guess maybe a lot of us do, but it's not the greatest, and I don't do it very often because I'm lazy. So it's quite long. Sometimes I use it. I wait until it's long enough to be able to be of use for something. So we're getting there again.
Okay, I'm getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
In my life.
Now, to be certain to the audience, Akaya is an Eladrin elf, which means usually she associates with a season. So what season are you in?
Winter, most definitely. Very fair.
Very
Is
pale.
the air cold around her?
Not at night, because the sun is a little bit is a lot.
Okay. All right, let's go over to Matt. What does Gwyn look like?
Yeah, Gwyn is kind of elderly dwarf, bit stocky, kind of resembling the penguin he's named after. He's dressed in like seal skin that keeps him warm in the tundra. It's a bit hot and toasty here, maybe.
Yeah, it's high
But
summer.
doing his best. He's used to loading stuff on and off of boats, so helping out with the caravan shouldn't be too much trouble for him. Yeah.
All right. Just setting this up. Yep. Okay, so sorry, I just updated the extension. So players, if the audience would like to see the players' character sheets, you can see a little bit of a snapshot on the far right of the stream if you have the D&D Beyond overlay enabled. And rounding out the crew is the wonderful Triton Hikari. Hikari, what did we see?
Do Tritons have tails? I
I
need to ask.
don't know the answer to that. I don't think so.
I don't think so. So I'm wearing I believe I'm wearing leather armor with gloves. And do Tritons have control over water, right?
I believe they have a thing called control over air and water as like a limited sense. Yeah, may not be as well known, but I think you know that it should be. You can cast fog cloud. You can yeah. So you have like limited sense over fog. You have some affinity with your people. You can communicate simple ideas with beasts that can breathe water. So think of it like almost an Aquaman-esque feature.
I'm thinking that so I'm wearing leather armor that covers me thoroughly with gloves, so it doesn't show any of my skin color. I have a mask that I can make of my own ice that I extract from the water vapor in the air. So I can collect the water vapor in the air and I can coalesce it into room temperature ice, and I wear that with
Very
opaque
cool.
eyes, so my eye color is not visible as well. And I have a hood over my head as well, so
Very
my
nice.
hair color is not as visible either. Kind of like Gwen Stacy, Spider-Man, if you know what she looks like.
Nice.
So I
Okay.
have a hood, I have an ice mask that's opaque with opaque eyes, so it's a lightish blue. And it's not really visible, so it's kind of opaque.
Okay.
And I have leather armor that thoroughly covers my body, so you can't tell who I am racially.
Right. It just looks like a humanoid figure with an ice mask.
Yes.
Got it.
That's obscured by a hood as well.
Yep.
That kind of like brims over the top of the head.
Very broody. I like it. Okay. You guys load up into the caravan. Maybe some of you hop up on a couple of the horses or walk besides them, but these horses are meant to be in a caravan. So even though you are maneuvering the trail, as it were, it's not going to really be a speedy journey.
To joke with, what was his name? The leader of the caravan?
Corin.
Corin.
Corrin.
I'm gonna walk towards the ropes and pick one up before we start going. And for the first like 10 feet, I'm gonna pull the rope.
I appreciate the effort, but you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
You want to drive for a bit? It's really not too difficult. You just got to sit in the chair and hold the reins because they'll follow the road until it stops.
Are we all riding in the car, or are we walking alongside the caravan?
That's up to you.
I'll drive.
I'm
Alright.
riding one of the horses. That's okay.
Yeah, I'll ride one of the horses.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm sitting in the
he's got
back.
the saddles,
I feel
and
mo-
I'm
I feel
assuming
most
that this is
comfortable
part of your
there.
preparation. You're saddling the stuff that you want to ride. So, all right. Well, it's
I
about
don't
6
need
miles.
a saddle. I've spent my life. I spent my life with horses, and I've never used a saddle.
All right. Well, we got about 60 miles, so we're in for quite a journey. Probably be a couple days.
Excited to bring some relief to the town we're going to.
What's that?
excited to bring some relief to the town we're going to.
Do we have all of the supplies that we need for that journey?
Yes, I've it's been a part of your payment is that rations and daily trails mix of things to give you some food on the way over should be provided.
Blended.
It's not going to be anything delicious, I can assure you. I'm not a restaurant owner.
That's okay.
Breed horses. Now, if things get real shitty, we're going to have to, skimp out on our donations. I might have to eat one, but probably not. It's only a couple of days. Even we can last that long. And I got enough feed to feed an army. These guys will be well off for a while until they can figure out how to grow their own feed. But let's get going. All right. So for the journey, since someone volunteered to drive the cart, very easily, I might add, I would like Ovim to make a survival check with advantage because Corin is helping you learn how to drive.
Okay, good. I'm proficient. All right, first
See if you can
die.
keep us on track with a road.
That is a nat 20 on the first roll.
A nat 20.
Oh my god.
Do you need me to show you?
Let's
This guy's
go.
good.
All right, what's the total? What's the total after the nat 20?
22.
22. Okay. I just want it. It's relevant to me because if you pass the realms of 5 are traditionally bigger and bigger versions of success, even if you get a nat 20. So, all right. Nat 20.
I'm the best driver he's ever seen.
Corin, because it was the first roll,
You're
I would
natural.
say that Corin is surprised that a book smart Minotaur that has lived in a library has been able to enact the practical sense of driving from reading a book in an instant. To the point that he is able to realistically make it so that he stops the caravan after about 10 minutes, finds a bunch of places in the wagon that could have been tightened up, and in fact, increase the speed of your journey for the first day.
What a guy.
Oh, nice.
This is not very involved. This is kind of just very introductory for you guys as the table. But now that you've been able to do this, I would like the entire table to roll perception checks to see if you see anything on your journey for the day.
No.
Okay.
So on the character
Is that a
sheet,
20 or?
so on the
I got
character
a 7.
sheet, there are a bunch of skills that are alphabetical in the center,
I
and then
see
there are
strength,
numbers to the right.
dexterity, constitution, intelligence.
In the center of the sheet, it says acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, athletics. All of those are your skills.
Maybe
On the
I'm on the
right
wrong
side.
page. I'm on the
I wrote
campaign.
it N12.
All right, hold on.
I got
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Side thing.
I'll just hold my number for you.
yeah.
I'm on the campaign Pogo DnD, and then it says there's 6 dice things, and then under the it says saving throws. Under that it says senses. Should I try to share my
on
screen?
the right side. On the right side. Are you on mobile?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you have to swipe. If you tap the little fob at the bottom, it'll have skills as an option. Choose that one.
Oh, okay. I just hit that.
And then you go to skills page, and then you're going to look for the perception one, and you're going to tap that one to roll it.
Okay. It just says customize. Tap it where?
On
It
the
says-
+0, +1,
Oh,
-1.
15. 15?
So 19.
Yeah, 19 total.
Yeah, I can see it. It says you rolled 15 plus 4, 19. Okay. So you can just give me the total when you roll those again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Question for you: with your inspiration, does that ever run out, or do I need to use it in the
If
first
you
day?
use inspiration, it is something that you need to spend, because if you get inspiration again, it doesn't stack. You can only ever hold one.
Yeah,
It's like
but
I
I'm
give you
not
a
gonna
coin
use
and
it.
you have to use it. And inspiration in my games are if it's an extra die roll. So if you have advantage, you can roll one more die. If you have disadvantage, you can take the disadvantage and then roll inspiration after. And as an added bonus, if you want to rule of cool someone else's action, you can give them your inspiration.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
So for example, if Fraggin' Wagon gets hit with some kind of spell and he's like, I rolled a 2 and a 5, there's no way I'm passing this. You can say, try one more time, take my inspiration.
Rob, can I just say,
I like
don't
that.
at me, don't at me, bro, on my previous game, okay? I roll like crap. We all know that.
Oh, I don't have any history for that, but yeah, if that happens,
Also,
I'm
roll
just
like
using this as an
crap, so it's
example.
okay.
Beautiful.
Expect me to go last in initiative every time.
All right, so I have a 19 from Akaya. I have an 18 from Hikari. What do I have from Gwyn?
I rolled a 7
Excellent.
total.
All right, Bovim, what do you got?
I got an 11.
Okay, and then from Mango?
Nat 30, or no, sorry, Nat 13 plus 3, so 16.
Okay.
He said nat 30. I was like, dude, what die are you
Yep,
rolling?
yep. My D30
All right.
dice. Yep.
Well, this is a DC 15 check, so anyone that got higher than a 15 can see this. Something odd happens that no one else seems to perceive on your journey. While you are traveling, albeit at a quicker pace, the road itself seems to be slowly, very, very gradually, starting to meld with the outside of what is like a well-traveled path. So think of it like this. You have a path that's like dirt, and then you have grass on both sides. Because the dirt is heavily traveled, it's very torn up. But over the course of time, the path itself of dirt doesn't seem to be as tilled as much, meaning that it doesn't seem to be as well traveled as maybe it once was. And in addition, some little patches of grass seem to be showing up a bit more on your journey. Not to the point that the pathway is gone, but just seems odd. And towards the end of the night, you guys roll up to dusk, and it's time to make camp.
While we're making camp, I'm gonna go. It's Bovin, right?
So also, just as a side note, anyone that got a 15, that would be Hikari and Akaya are the only ones that picked that up, I believe, because I don't think anyone else rolled above 15. So
I got 16.
Yeah, okay. So then,
Okay.
yeah, you got it as well. So that means for your guys' thing that if you want to have everyone in the party be in the loop, in character, you have to describe that, what I told you, to the other players so that they know that is happening. Because currently they're role playing or playing the game as they don't know that information. Okay, so for Kim and for
the
Don,
easiest I've ever
that's
done.
happening. Okay, so you can play. I'm just setting up the situation so you guys know what's going on.
Okay.
Okay,
While we're setting up camp, I'm gonna go. It's Bovin, right?
Bovin.
Am I pronouncing that? Bovin. Okay, I'm gonna go up to Bovin while we're
VEM at the end.
VEM Bovum.
M is in McDonald's.
Okay, Bovem, and I'm just gonna super casually, just like while you were riding, did you notice anything different about the road? Like did something seem off to you?
The road.
Yeah, like the thing that you were following.
I was kind of just focusing on the horses. They were following the road.
It was really weird to me. Like it seemed like the road and like the dirt that we were following, and there was patches of grass that showed up. Like you didn't see that?
I mean, now that you say something, maybe, but I was more focused on the horses.
Okay, so DM, how far off are we from the path? Like, can I point this out to him and and show him what I'm seeing, or is it still visible?
Yeah, you guys would have just made camp relatively near the road because you want to be near if people are having passerbys that they can see another camp. Maybe you guys can share food or something like that. It'd be very customary.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just like point out the little patches if I can, just to kind of clue him in, so he knows what's going on.
Oh, that is kind of odd.
Yeah, so Mango grabs like a torch and kind of walks over towards the thing and kind of points out a couple locations. Something you didn't pick up because you're a little bit focused on driving.
It is a. I mean, wouldn't this be less traveled due to the fact of like they've been on hard times?
I mean, we're on the long road, I believe. So I mean, I would assume that this is fairly well traveled from one place to the other.
Long road is north-south. You guys are splitting off east instead.
Okay, I mean it's a fairly well traveled road with carriages, so I wouldn't expect grass to be on there, but maybe. Maybe
Well,
if it seems weird, maybe we should bring it up to the rest of the people. See if anybody else is.
Maybe you should talk to Corin about it.
I overheard you guys talking because I noticed it too.
Yeah.
And I was going to bring it up.
Yeah, maybe we should bring this up to Corin then. I need to bring him.
Corin's like just taking off some
Wait,
things
was
off
Kim
the fire.
able to notice the anomaly?
Yes,
She-
yeah. Because I could tell there was less rocks on the road under the hooves of the horses, and I noticed a little bit far back. And so it's been changing for just a little, maybe like a mile or two.
Yeah, this seems off.
Sir Corin.
Yeah, what's up?
Is the road supposed to be kind of deteriorating in a sense?
Deteriorating? What do you mean?
You want to take this? What is your name? I don't think you've ever introduced your character to me
Oh, me?
in game
Oh,
yet.
oh yeah. So before that, I would have introduced myself.
You guys would have
as Mango.
introduced names.
Yeah. Also, you can just call me Dragon Silk. There's obviously no TM on that.
Okay, yeah. I was focused on the horses and driving, but Mango brought it up to me and showed me.
All right. You got
Yeah,
a torch
it's-
handy? Let me grab that.
Yeah, so I bring him over and I just say, like, just noticing the green, the grass in the middle of the road, and like it seems to be melding, and I would assume this is fairly well traveled. No?
Well, I'm sure it certainly was. We definitely have gotten significantly less people coming into Tribor recently, but at least from this direction. Huh. Well, maybe we can keep an eye on that tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm a little bit sleepy, and a little bit of extra grass on my journey is nothing to be a little upset about. I'm kind of just we're on a long journey, my guys. We got about 2 or 3 more days.
That's fair. I mean, like if it was, yeah,
Through.
it's no devil's lettuce, right? So I mean, it's just grass. So
I don't eat vegetables, mate. I'm a dragon. He gives you a chuckle and a pat on the shoulder.
Is it possible for me to roll a perception check on the air current in the area?
You want to see what specifically about the air?
If there's any, can I check if there's any anomaly in the air current?
Okay, let's see. You want to see if there's anything weird? Are you okay? So let me ask you another. I'll answer your question with a question. Do you want to find out something to do with, like, something weird in the sense of smell, in the difference of the wind's direction shifting? Like, what are you kind of really looking for?
The direction of the wind.
Okay. Roll me a. I don't want to do this. I kind of only want you to roll 1 die.
Can
This
this
is actually
can
gonna be a
this
I'm gonna
pull
have you
into
roll me a nature check for this.
and 16 plus 2?
So what's the total?
18.
Okay, very good. It's the summer, and you're out in the rolling plains. The wind shifts often. But for
So
the
no
evening,
anomaly.
But the evening, the wind kind of just seems to just die down, so there's not really much going on right now. But it doesn't seem like anything's out of the ordinary with regards to the wind.
does it seem like the road that like the nature around us? I want to say, does it feel like we're being watched by it, or like that it seems off somehow? Like,
Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Where do I find that again? Features, traits.
Left side of your character sheet, underneath saves.
Oh, no.
But you have a torch.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
I have a torch.
So if you're trying to see Beyond the torchlight, you can make a perception check with disadvantage, but if you want to see what your torch can see, you can roll a regular perception check.
Yeah, like I wanna step out onto the road where some
But
of
you
this
can
stuff
also...
is.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to add an addendum to the torchlight.
Yeah.
If you want to walk around with the torch and put yourself a little bit more at risk, I'll allow a normal perception check.
Yeah, like I want to kind of go out onto the road and just see.
I'll help him if I notice he's gonna.
Okay, so you can get advantage for the check then.
Yeah, I was
roll
gonna announce to the group that I was gonna just check the road
Very
and
well.
see where the. All right.
So
Perception.
for the two newbies, Arrow is giving Mango, or Bovim is giving Arrow. Bovim is giving Mango the help action, essentially giving him advantage on a skill check. And advantage means he can roll 2 dice instead of 1 and choose the higher result.
It also
If I
saves
have
like.
dark vision 60, can I add to that as well?
So if you want to make it, if you were making the check, it would be. But because Bovim is just allowing Mango to do this himself and helping him kind of look around, instead of having multiple players roll, we're just having one person roll. And then everyone will get the information.
All right.
That makes
so
sense. It kind of just it lowers the amount of things that is happening in the game and speeds it up. That's the idea.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
First one, nat 20.
Seriously?
Like,
We've had like 4 rolls this game, and
yeah.
like 2 of them have been crit.
Do you want me? Yeah. So
Loaded
I.
dice.
It can only go down.
I only ordered the Critical Role GM set that was said loaded, so I didn't know what that meant. But excellent. So that's
Okay, well, you
perception.
guys won't be needing inspiration today. Fuck me.
Yeah. So that's
All
plus 3, so 23.
Specifically, you're looking if something is watching you.
Yeah, like if I feel like this, like if the nature around us is like alive, or it's changing based on where we are. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, the
If
horses
I
are
have-
kind of watching around and being relatively calm, bedding down for the night. Corin is quickly dismissing this issue and thinks that it's a non-issue, so he's going to bed.
If I have dark vision 60, is there anything I can see immediately?
So dark vision just lets you see without a torch when it's dark, up to a limit of 60 feet. So what they're doing is they're kind of maneuvering around camp and investigating and looking around. The dark vision just means that you can see in black and white vision when there's no lights on. Or not during daytime. That's all dark vision means. Does that make sense?
Where do I check that on myself?
So on your character sheet, it should be... Man, I gotta pull up in mobile to see what she's seeing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe.
Let me just slap this onto a side and maybe it'll put me in mobile mode. There we go. So if you click the fob, you can go to your...
What's the little cog
It
thing?
should be on, yeah, the bottom right. It should say features and traits. No?
No.
No.
Maybe
Okay. Okay. This book is very interesting to you pretty much only. The rest of the group doesn't really find it that interesting or even maybe like makes any connections with it. You just flip through the pages. It's just a book about how to take care of exotic plants. So, for example, this would include things like carnivorous plants. Something like a man-trap plant that would catch bugs. Another thing would be like maybe how to preserve a cactus in a more of a humid environment, how to take care of them. Another would be like how to maintain something that needs a lot of sunlight in a wintered place. So it's almost like trying to increase the vitality of something in tough situations seems to be a general motif of this book, which is not generally used. And also, the entire book is handwritten as if an expert in their field was taking notations on this. The rest of you,
Very
I'll
interesting.
over here a little bit because we have to finish, but you guys can talk about this post game. You walk back to Corin.
He's alive.
When you return to the caravan, Corin seems distressed and waves you down and says, I don't know what happened, full disclosure. I walked around to give this man some things from the caravan to give him some food, and he followed me. And when I turned around, all that was left was that. Corin points to a pile of clothes, the one that the character was holding, and Finn's clothes. And inside of the clothes is the book that he was holding on his hip, his walking stick, and what looks to be some form of green, brackish liquid as the only thing left of his body. And when you pick up the book, I would like Bovum to give me a history check with advantage.
History's something I have a +0 in.
It's a low check for you anyways on the DC.
Well, a 3's probably not going to do it. 11.
That is exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
Bovum remembers the book that he's been carrying that he found many, many years ago that he had inherited. It is an exact copy of the book. It is a book lost. And it looks as if the book subject is something that you didn't really understand, but the book, it's discussing a lost history of occultism and lore about something called and referred to as the Realms of Dread. And that is where we're going to end session 0.
Ooh. Yeah, the dreadnought.
Yeah.
And the end of my notebook.
Oh my god. That was good.
Good job, Rob.
Yeah, that was good. That almost that session 0 was
That's not a session
good
0.
enough to
That
be a
was
session
full-blown
1.
Session 1. Like,
Yes.
Fair enough.
So like no pressure here, but like tomorrow we're gonna do a game, and then like Saturday, because I kind of really want to like find out what's going on here, man.
I gotta figure out what's going on too, so I gotta do
Jesus.
No one knows what's going on.
Best place to be in.
hey,
Oh,
I'm
man.
just happy Bovum has the first kill of the campaign.
That was good. That was
You guys
amazing.
did very well for yourselves. I very much underestimated a relatively easy encounter to be much more deadly with a surprise round than I anticipated. So you guys did
That hurt. That hurt a lot.
That hurt a lot.
Full disclosure, I had a second round in play, but I didn't know how long you were going to take for the session. So I wanted to probably just finish instead of continuing. And I was going to have a swarm of bugs attack you too, just for funsies, but
Oh gosh.
Just for funsies. Just a quick
Does
question.
anyone have healing?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is anybody a healer here? Cause
Because we need to heal him.
I think I can. Wait, can I or can I not, Rob? Or is my level not high enough for
we're
that?
about to make camp for the night, which is hilarious. So, but yeah, this is where we'll finish the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for Pogo Does D&D with the one and only Matt from PV Poke, Before Dawn, Arrow, Fraggin' Wagon, and the wonderful For the Battles. Thank you all for joining me, my wonderful players. I'll be going offline to go enjoy with them for a little bit and a post game before I head to the consulate and hopefully get a copy of this marriage license so I can have my residency for another year. So I'll see you guys later. Take care.
Great job. Thank you guys.
Yeah, great job, Rob.
Clouder Chowder. I heard plants. Get pumped.
We're also just gonna head off.
All right, see ya.
Have a good night, guys.
Attack of the Cicadas. This is something I can see happening. All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.